Hi fitness friends, today we have a 40-minute full body low impact routine. We'll be doing a lot of Pilates based moves that will be targeting our abs, our glutes, our legs, our shoulders, and our back. This is going to be a challenging routine. Even though it's low impact and on our mat, we'll still be working with a lot of strength type moves. So get yourself warmed up, stretch those muscles, have some water nearby, and let's get ready to do this Pilates-based 40-minute routine. All right, we're ready to get started into our first 10-minute section of this Pilates-based routine. I'm going to set my timer for 50 seconds on, 10 seconds off. We're going to have this first 5 moves, we're going to go through them twice. Alright, our 10-second countdown has started. Our first move is that we're going to be in a high plank position with staggered hands. I'm going to start with my right hand back. We are going to go hold this plank for a second. Your abs are tight and engaged. Your butt is down. You're going to pop up into a pike position. You're going to come back down into that plank position and you're going to dip towards that hand that's staggered back. Okay? And again, make sure you're breathing through this movement. We're going to be going towards the same hand for this whole first 50 seconds. We're going to switch sides for the next 50 seconds. Feel that pull through your abs and your obliques when you do that hip dip. And your shoulders when you're up into the pike. Nice work. Good job. Now we're just going to do the opposite hand. So I'm going to turn around so you can see that this hand will be staggered this time. Here we go. We're up into our plank with our staggered hands. Pop up to that pike. Get your butt up in the air. And back down to your plank. And you're dipping. Up. Down. And dip. This is a full body move. Nice work. Down and dip. Stay with me. I'm feeling that burn too. Nice work. The next move, you're just going to get on your knees in the middle of your mat. Okay, and you're going to stick your right leg out. You're going to raise your hand up in the air, and you're going to lean to the left. And we're going to go back up. And you're going to feel your core engage. You're going to feel the stretch in your inner thighs. You can squeeze through your glutes. You can make this look more like a ballerina move if you choose. You can move that hand down. That'd be more Pilates type movements. This is really focusing on stability and balance, core strength. I feel it in my glute and that supporting leg for sure. I'll be right there, sweetie, okay? And one. Okay, now we're just switching sides. Again, straighten out that left leg and reach those arms up nice and tall. Elongate your spine behind you and reach to the right. Engage in those obliques. Make sure you're breathing. Squeeze through your glutes. Make sure this is a nice, strong movement. I really feel it in my core. Really feel it in my glutes. You can even feel it in your shoulders when you're holding your arms up like that. Good job. Stay with it. Nice work. Okay, and our last move, you're just going to be down in a straddle pose. So you want to spread those legs out in a nice wide V as far as you can. Make sure you're sitting up on your butt. That was our start. Get those hands up above your head again. You're going to go towards the center for the count of 2. 1, 2. Make sure your abs are sucked in. Pull it up. Turn to the left. Down for 2. 1, 2. Abs are sucked in. You're pulling up. Turn to the right. Center again. Down for 2. Up again. Turn to the right. Make sure your spine is nice and elongated. You're pulling through your ab muscles throughout this whole movement. Down to the left and up. This is a really great stretch. I'm not the most flexible person, but you really will work your abdominal muscles while you're doing that. We're back up to the top again. We're doing that staggered hand, pike and dip. So get your right hand down low, your left hand right underneath the shoulders, and you're up, piking up. And back down into your plank, and then you're dipping to the right. Okay? And then you're going back up into the pike. What, sweetie? And down to the right. Yes, honey, but you have to wait a few minutes, okay? And down into a pike, plank, and dip to the right. Nice work. Keep going. And down to the right. Up into a pike. Down to your plank. Your abs and back are flat. You're engaged. Nice work. And we're just switching to the opposite arm. So you're going to have your left arm back, your right arm more forward. You're going to go up into your pike, down into your plank, and dip to the left. Hi, sweetheart. Come on in. Make sure you're breathing through this movement. Your abs are tight. Your whole body is engaged. If this high plank position is too challenging for you, you can go from your knees. Stay with it, nice work. All right, we're back to those knee positions. So you're up on your knees. If you need to get a pillow for under your knees, go right ahead. You're popping your right leg out, nice and straight and strong, tight through your core, arms are up above your head, and you're reaching to the left. Roman, honey, I will help you in just a second, okay? When it's done. I have 2 more moves after this one, and then I'll come help you, okay? You're done. Well, not totally done, but I'll just pause and come help you, okay? All right. Work through your distractions. When you're doing workouts at home, I know we all have our distractions and things that try to pull us away from what we're doing, but that's part of life. And we need to hone our focus on what we want to get done. And also take care of the things that need to be done in between. It's okay to push pause and walk away and come back. There's nothing wrong with taking a short break to deal with what needs to be done. You're popping the other leg out, arms up above your head, engaging your core, squeezing through your glutes. You may find that you have a better range of motion on one side versus the other, and that's okay. That's why we work both sides of our body. Stay with it. Keep those arms up and nice and tight to your head. You can run that one arm down the other. It makes you feel nice. You want to make this as a pleasant experience as possible. Alright, now we're getting down into our V straddle pose. This This is our straddle pose stretches. Sit straight up on your butt. Make sure your butt bones are down under you, your abs are engaged, your arms are up above your head again. I'm going to start on the left. Down for 2, and up. Engage your abs on the way down and on the way up. Keep your breath. Stay with it. This is one of those classic stretching moves. But as with all great stretching moves, there's a lot of core involved. Nice work. Okay, we are finished with our first 10 minutes of this Pilates routine. Okay, we're going to move straight on to our next 10-minute section. We're going to keep with the straddle motion. We're going to go into what I call V pulses. So you're going to be on your back. Your legs are going to be up into a nice V position. And you're going to just be pulsing them. 3, 2. Point your toes, flex your legs. Nice muscle pulses. You're not bouncing, you're muscling this movement. And breathe through it. Your back is flat against the mat. Your abs are engaged. And you'll feel it all through your inner thighs. You can also feel this in my outer thighs. Stay with it. You got it. Ooh, I feel it. Feel that burn. Make sure you're breathing. Your abs are engaged. Your back is flat against the mat. What, sweetheart?
Maxie wants to have pretzel.
Yeah, Maxie can have a pretzel. Okay, our next move is going to be those V legs again. You're going to be straddling out. However, we're going to be crossing them back and forth. So you're going to move them all the way into a cross. And as we're crossing them, they're going to go straight up above our hips. And then they're going to move down. We're really going to engage our abs. Nice slow movement down. Hover them above the ground. And then work your way back up. Make sure you're breathing. You don't want to hold your breath during these ab moves. It's very important to get oxygen to those muscles. It's also important to keep those abs engaged by sucking your stomach in. You don't want to press your abs out when you're doing abs. Nice work. Okay. That one went really fast for me. All right, we are doing slow, straight leg lifts. So, back is flat against the mat. You're lifting those legs and you're just bringing them straight up and straight down. Straight up, straight down. And you want to keep your toes pointed if you can so that your legs and your quads are all tight. You can just make a muscle. Think of what you would pose like if you're posing to make a leg muscle. And make your legs like that. Lifting and lowering. You can keep your hands underneath your butt if that helps you. Some people choose to do that. I think it's more comfortable for me to keep my hands behind my head. Whatever makes you feel better, whatever doesn't hurt your back. Nice work. Okay, next one, we are doing the same type of movement, but we are lifting our butt up off the ground. So your legs are going to be straight up. You're in that L position again. Your legs are engaged, your abs are engaged, your back is flat. And then we're going to be lifting and lowering our butt off the mat. It's a very small range of motion, but it's really targeting those lower abdominal muscles. Oh, I really feel this one. It's a major problem area for a lot of women, especially those of us who have had children, even those of us who have not. That area can really harbor a lot of extra weight. I want to be sure that I'm not making any false claims here. You're strengthening this area. You're not just going to be melting fat off that one area, because that's not how our bodies work. Okay, next we are doing a Holoman position, or your legs are hovering off the ground and you're heel clicking. So you're just banging your feet back and forth together. This is really going to engage those abs again. Lower abs, upper abs. Breathe through it. Keep your stomach sucked in. And just make your mind that you're going to make it through these 50 seconds and stay with it. It's really unfortunate that we cannot just work a body part and melt the fat off that one body part. But when we are burning fat, it's because we're working out, we're burning more calories than we're taking in. So it means you're eating less calories and you're eating less calories and expending more calories, and you're more likely to burn fat off your body. Unfortunately, we can't just say, all right, I'm going to burn fat off my stomach, or I'm going to burn fat off my butt. We burn it all over our body. V leg pulses again. We'll go back up to the top of these 5 moves. Oops, I think I did an extra one. That's okay. We'll keep going. Keep those pulses nice and muscle movements. Try to keep those legs directly above your hips, meaning that they're not sinking down like this, but they're staying up, and we're pulsing. Stay with it. Whew. I am feeling my abs and my quads big time. Nice work. Okay, we're doing those V crosses again. Get your legs up in the V, split them out, and we're crossing, and we're going down. Nice, slow movements. Don't ever set those legs on the ground. We're going to keep them going up. I really feel this in my hip flexors too. My whole abdominal region is on fire. So back to what I was talking about with calories and burning fat. We all have abdominal muscles. You will not see them if there's fat covering them. And genetics is a tricky thing. So if you harbor weight in that area, you're really going to have to drop your body fat percentage down quite a bit. Slow straight leg lifts in order to be able to see them. So when you're making your goals for why you're working out, I always like to focus on strength and ability and health, not just things like, oh, I want to see my abdominal muscles, I want to get a six-pack. Because genetics is a really tricky thing, and unless you're really willing to starve yourself down to a certain body fat percentage, you may not see them if that tends to be an area where you harbor weight. So, my biggest recommendation for anyone who has goals that are focused on a specific body part is to reshape that goal. Make it more like, I really want to get a strong core so that I can do all of my movements that I do throughout the day without feeling any pain or any lower back pain, or that I just feel stronger in general. Okay, butt lifts. So I just really feel strongly about when you're working out to have a goal for health and fitness and strength and abilities versus body shape and form. Of course, working out and building muscle and gaining strength and losing fat will make you look better, and that's just an added bonus. We want strong bodies and healthy bodies. And if you get a nice round butt or washboard abs while you're doing that, that's great. Okay. Whew. My abs. Our last one of those killer Holoman heel crooks. And we are 20 minutes through this routine, which means we are halfway done already. So get those heels clicking together. Those feet should be about 2 to 3 feet above the ground. If you want to make this a little easier, you can raise it up. But if you want to really, really burn out those lower abdominal muscles, really feel that core on fire, lower those legs and tap it out. Stay with me. You got it. And breathe. Make sure your back is to the mat, your abs are sucked in. Stay with it. You got it. This is really challenging. Nice work. Okay. We are moving on to our next 10-minute portion. Okay, I'm sorry, this portion is going to be 12 minutes. So just let me change my rounds. 12 rounds. We're beginning with another Pilates move. These are cheerleader L abs, so they're called. You're going to be on your back and you're doing really wide scissor legs. 10-second countdown has started.
3, 2, 1.
And one leg's going to be up, the other is going to be hovering off the floor. And when they come up, we're just switching. Try to keep that leg as straight as you possibly can. A certain amount of flexibility goes into this move. Nice work. Make sure you're breathing. Stay with it. You've got it. These are really challenging moves. That's why I said, even though it's mat work, I will still get sweated by the end of this routine. I may not look like I jumped in a pool of water like I do when I'm jumping around the room, but these are really, really hard for me. These controlled, slow movements. It's always good to include something new into your workout routines. Okay, we're doing the same type of movement with our legs. This time we are bringing our upper body into it, so we're going to try to bring our elbows to our knees, opposite elbow to opposite knee. Try to keep those legs straight. We're really engaging our obliques with this movement. And we're breathing. Stay with it. My abdominal region is still on fire from those previous 10 minutes too. I like to have a sore core region. It really reminds me throughout the whole day of the great work I did. That's our powerhouse, right? That's the source of all of our strength is in our core. Okay, we are doing single leg glute raises. I'm not going to elevate these. I'm not going to add a weight. We are just doing this straight on our mat. So you're on your back again. You're going to go into a bridge and you're going to keep one leg elevated, off to the side, lift and lower, back to center. So I'm lifting off the mat, my hips are up, putting that foot out to a 45-degree angle, lower and lift, bring it back in and down. You don't want to rest your butt on the floor in between these movements. You want to keep your butt engaged through this entire round. We're going to switch legs in the next 50 seconds. Stay with me. I know this is challenging. We're giving those abs a little bit of a break. Not too much though. They're still being used here. Nice work. Switch legs. I'm going to flip around so that you can see the side of the body we're working. Okay. Here we go. That leg is up. 45 degrees, lower, and lift. Back in and down. Because we're not elevated, the range of motion on this glute raise is not that high, or hip thrust, whatever you want to call it. But it's still really burning. I can feel my butt on fire. Good job, stay with it. By adding this leg movement and the side that's not supporting our body, we're still really engaging the glute that's not being worked. So even though we're doing single leg movements, we're adding both glute muscles into it. Okay, we are now onto fire hydrants. You're on your hands and knees. I always add a kick to my fire hydrants. Your hands are underneath your shoulders. Your core is stable, your abs are in, your back is flat. You're lifting that leg, kicking out, bring it in and down. And again, stay with it. You'll feel this on both legs again too. This will be your supporting glute. You'll feel it on, and the kicking leg, and the raising leg, obviously. So, you want to make sure that your body weight is balanced throughout your shoulders. If you're feeling it too much on that supporting leg, you can lean your body a little bit to your right hand to distribute that weight a little bit better. Focus your movements. Stay with it. Nice work. Now we're just doing the other leg. Here we go. Breathe through it. Keep your core engaged. These just kill me. I love them. I love doing fire hydrants. Talk about a butt toner and strengthener. Stay with it. You've got it. Nice work. Keep your focus. There we go. Now we're back up to the top of these 6 moves, okay? Back to those cheerleader L abs. I was never a cheerleader, so I'm not quite sure why they're called this. I'm guessing it's like, must be a move that cheerleaders do. If anyone would like to enlighten me, please do in the comments. Maybe it's because you're kind of doing a split, kind of doing a kick, I'm not sure. I'm just really trying to keep my legs straight throughout this entire movement. It's really, really challenging. I will say this though about cheerleaders, anyone who says that's not a sport is insane. Those girls are strong. Okay, we are doing the same motion again, except we're bringing our upper body into it. We're doing those large scissor legs, I call them, or cheerleader L's, elbows to knees, okay? So, opposite elbow to the opposite knee. You can pick up the pace if you'd like. Stay with it. Nice work. Keep those legs as straight as you can. Get them up as a 90-degree angle as much as you can. That's really hard for me. Hard for me to keep my legs straight and get the 90-degree angle. But I'm working at it, and that's what's important. As long as you're working at it. Okay. Whew. We are now onto those single leg glute raises again. So I'm going to just flip back around as we started on this side last time. Get up into your glute raise, kick that leg out, 45 degrees, down, up, back in. Get that glute up and down. Stay with it. You've got it. Raise those hips up high in the air. Feel the squeeze in your glute and in your hamstring. Make sure you're not resting in between these movements. You're keeping your butt engaged the whole 50-second interval. And you're breathing. Nice job. Switch it around. Other leg. Here we go. Stay with it. I love these mat work routines. I really think they're so beneficial. I think that even people who get really set into one workout style or type really benefit just from branching out and trying new things. Keep your body guessing, right? It's always shocking to me, and I'm not sure why it's shocking me. I should be used to this by now. But when I'm doing really hardcore HIIT routines and I'm doing pyramids and I'm, high intensity for an hour, and then I do a routine like this and I get sore. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm getting sore from these. Well, I'm working different body types, parts in a different way. So it's a great feeling. Fire hydrants, let's go. Kick that leg out and down. Stay with it. Get that leg up to a nice 90-degree angle. Kick it out. Bring it in. You're engaging those hamstrings and those glutes. If you're pointing your toe, you're working your calf muscles. Keep your abs nice and tight. Your core is supporting your back. Stay with it. 5 seconds. Nice work. Switch it up. Other side. Here we go. Nice work. Stay with me. This is our last 30 seconds left in this one. This is our last 30 seconds in this interval. Nice work. We have, after this, 4 more moves that we're going to be repeating twice. That's 8 minutes. Stay with me and you will have done a full body 40-minute routine. Nice work. Okay, this last interval, this last part is 4 moves. That means 8 minutes. Done. Starting the 10-second countdown. These are burnout moves. They are going to be a little bit more challenging than the ones we've done. I give you the permission to stay with me. Do it. Press yourself a little bit harder. Give yourself the permission to do it. We are starting up with a static side lunge. So get your legs spread a little bit further than the shoulders. Toes are out a little bit. Your arms are up. You're leaning down into a lunge and you're touching that toe. And back up. Lunge it to the opposite side. Keep your chest up. Sit back nice and deep. Don't let that knee go over your toe. Squeeze your glutes at the top. This is a really good stretch. I can feel my abs stretching with that nice long reach at the top. They're engaging and they're stretching. What a great movement. Make sure you're sitting back with that butt and you're breathing. Nice work. Okay, now we're doing another ab move. You're on your knees. Get those toes underneath your feet. Your hands are out in front of you. And what you're going to be doing is reaching one arm back to the opposite toe and then reaching forward. You'll feel the pull in your hamstrings, you'll feel it in your quads, and you'll feel it in your abs. If this movement is too hard for you, just reach for the opposite heel. You won't be going back as far, but you'll still be getting that pull. Otherwise, really lean back into it. Really feel that pull forward. Your shoulders are engaged. Your abs are tight. You're not straining your neck. You're looking forward right over those fingertips. Nice work. Okay, now we are doing alternating T-stands with a tricep push-up. So your hands are going directly under your shoulders. When you go down into your push-up, your arms are going right up next to your body. It'll look like this. Down into a tricep push-up, you hold for one pulse. We're not pulsing, we're just holding. Up into a nice T-stand. Keep those hips nice and tall. Stack your feet. Down into another tricep push-up hold. 1 second. Pop it up. T-stand. Down again. Breathe through it. Your abs are tight. Your back is flat. Your butt is in line. When you're in your T-stand, you have those hips raised nice and high. Nice work. Good job. All right. We are killing those triceps again. We're going to do dips and leg lifts. You're on the ground, on your butt. Your hands are behind you. Your toes are facing, or I'm sorry, your fingertips are pointing into your toes, okay? Your legs are straight out in front of you. Dip it down and leg lift. Dip. It's a very small range of motion. You want to keep those hips raised. My triceps are already on fire. Stay with it. You got it. Controlled movements. You're not just flinging those legs up in the air. You're kicking them with your toes pointed, your legs engaged. Come on, you got it. Less than 10 seconds. Good job. Okay, we have those moves. One more time. Take these 10 seconds to stretch out those triceps. Holy cow. Okay, up to your static side lunges. Here we go. Lunge it down, touch that toe. Arms are up. Lunge it down, toe touch. This is it. This is the end of this routine. Really get the benefits from keeping your form nice, controlling your breathing. Nice job. I love these workouts for days that you're just really not feeling full energy, but you really want to work out and engage your muscles and gain some strength. Nice work. Okay, now we are on to our knee reach back. You're on your knees, your toes are pointed underneath you. You're up, hands are out in front of you. Opposite toe or opposite area in front of your toe. Follow your abilities. Challenge yourself, but don't injure yourself. Stay with it. Nice work. 5 seconds. You got it. All right, T-stand, push-ups, tricep holds. Let's go. Get into that position. You can do this from your knees. There's no reason why you cannot modify this move. Hold that tricep, push it up, T-stand. Also, if you can modify the T-stand, that can be done from your knees. Or you can put those feet apart, give yourself a bit more of a base to stabilize. Nice work. Stay with it. Your muscles are strong. Your movements are steady. Your breath is nice and smoothly moving in and out of you, oxygenating all of those muscles. Okay, we have our very last move, dips and leg lifts. Stay strong. Finish this routine. Get those fingers meeting your toes, pointing towards your toes. Hips are up. You're dipping down. You're leg lifting. Dip down, opposite leg lift. You got it. This is tough. I really feel this all throughout my core. And my hamstrings during those leg lifts. Not to mention my triceps, which are on fire. Come on, we have less than 15 seconds. Finish this out knowing that you've completed this routine with strength. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice work. I hope you enjoyed this routine. Let me know what you liked, and I'll see you next time.